What's going on? This is Black Vengeance 28. I want to talk about Vicente Escobedo and HBO. What more can I say other than people don't believe, that fake support by HBO for Adrian Broner, man. Please don't believe in none of that, and don't damn sure don't believe in none of that. You know, all that commentary about Vicente Escobedo being an honorable person. All right, Adrian Broner is Jim Lampley and HBO's worst nightmare. And let me explain to you why. The boxing world, such as, and when I say boxing world, because it really is. See, HBO Boxing is a world within itself. Because you got, I don't think it's mentioned a lot. You have a lot of HBO boxing drone fans. And they're people, and a lot of, if you ever notice, the people who agree with shit talked about Manny Pacquiao and shit said against Floyd and shit said against Broner and shit said against you know Lara and shit said against any of the actual legitimate fighters and these paper champs that are built up. It's usually built up by HBO, and usually the fans of HBO Boxing are the ones pushing the propaganda. Now, is Adrian Broner a flashy dude? Absolutely. Is he Is he flashier than Floyd? It's a toss up. I think Floyd is a little bit more meticulous in what he says because Floyd is always business first. But I think a lot of it with Adrian Broner is he's having fun, man. This kid, loves boxing. He dedicates his life to boxing. Um, am I getting off of him for the weight? Absolutely not, because I personally feel as a professional, you need to make your weight. That's just period, man. I mean, don't be like Chavez. Don't be like the others. Don't give them a reason, any more of a reason to hate you other than the obvious that you're young, you're black, you're smart, and you can beat everybody. The hate train is gonna be there regardless, like I said in my previous video. But don't give them any more of a reason. All right. So as I'm watching the fight last night, the whole commentary leading up to the fight was all about how Adrian Broner was unprofessional. It was all about how Adrian Broner, wasn't gonna get no credit for beating Vicente Escobedo. But at the same time, how many people was legitimately giving Vicente Escobedo a shot, period? I mean, don't believe what HBO says, all right? Don't always automatically do your own research. Vicente Escobedo is a tough fighter. I said he was a tough fighter, but I said he had to be a hell of a lot more active than his ass was, okay? And that was to give him a shot, but I still said Adrian Broner was going to win, all right? This is not a lot of you guys doing these videos today, and these articles and all this other crap. Y'all don't know nothing about the sport. Y'all just coming in on a story, a headline. Y'all haven't been following these guys. I mean, they tried to pump Vicente Escobedo as he was like this. It's always gonna be this way. When you have a young black American fighter who is great at what he does, they're always going to villainize him, and they're always going to put the American hero. All right? That's it. He's up against the American hero. That's all that was. Did y'all not notice that propaganda? He's a family man. He just had a baby. Nobody forced Vicente to fight. Nobody forced him to fight. They threw some dough at him. He said, all right, I'll take this chance to get beat up. That's it. There was no need for him to sit there and start crying. And again, catch after the fight what he said. He said it's not right. It's not right. I mean, come on. Now you know why Vicente Escobedo is not amongst the elites. Why he can't make the hump. Because it takes something else, man. I know there's a lot of other cats who have fought guys who were 20 pounds overweight They didn't bitch and moan. In fact, they came in and gave a hell of a tougher showing than Vicente Escobedo. Because to me, Vicente Escobedo, yielded to Adrian Broner's speed and just gave up and just started backing up. So don't give me the whole Vicente Escobedo is a tough warrior who, got cheated. This is not about him getting cheated, man. This is about HBO pumping propaganda that makes absolutely no fucking sense because they contradict themselves. Catch Jim Lampley throughout the fight. Oh, he's an unbelievable talent. Oh, he's got that Philly shell defense. Oh, explain to me, Max Kellerman, what about the Philly shell defense is so intriguing to the young fighters today? Oh, like he wasn't shitting on Floyd Mayweather's Philly shell defense throughout Floyd's whole fucking career, man. His whole career. And Letterman kills me, man. Why the fuck they even have this dude there? What is he there for? He never gives black fighters credit. Never. Ever. Even if he gives them a round, he always talks some dumb shit about what they wearing. He does that shit against Floyd. He does that shit against every black fighter. He's always looking at what they're wearing, never talking about what they do while he gives them the round. Really? You gave Adrian Broner the round because of his shoes. Y'all need to pay attention, man. HBO is on their own agenda. They don't believe the hype when they sit there and they talk about they just want to see more of this young kid Broner. No, what they want to do is ride Broner's name. They see it already. They see it already. See, they thought when Floyd was getting old and then Floyd gonna go away, they thought, oh, finally, we got damn, we don't have to deal with a flashy, smart talking ass nigga. That's exactly what HBO is about. But when they see that now they got Adrian Broner, they just gonna hop on Adrian Broner, and when they get a guy who they believe is the opposite of Adrian Broner, which is how it always is in boxing. You always got a villain and you always got a hero, and the villain always is black. He always is black in boxing. That's just the way it is. They always make him the brother who's not humble, the brother who doesn't take his opponents, who's fighting opponents. He's outclassed him. Because Garrett, mark my fucking words, that's going to be next. That's going to be next. It's the same way it was with Floyd, man. The same way it was with Floyd. See, a lot of you, this is how you know whether you're talking to a real fan of boxing or just a hype train type of cat. See, because most of y'all don't even know that when Floyd first came out, Letterman, Lampley, and Merchant all loved this dude. They was all doing the same shit. He's an incredible fighter. I've never seen a display of boxing like this before. What amazing hand speed. Floyd is one of the most intelligent fighters out there. This is bullshit. See, a lot of people think that, you gotta be, as a black fighter or a black athlete in general, you need to be fucking humble. Let's take a look at that word, humble, man. Humble. Who the fuck we gotta be humble to? Like, think about that shit, people. Who the fuck we gotta be humble to? As long as this man respects his family, respects the code that it takes to box, respects his craft, respects his trainer, respects the people who helped him get to where he needs to get, that's all that fucking counts, man. Don't come at this bullshit that HBO love trying to pump. Need to be humble. Need to be humble. And you know what, Max Kellerman, man, what else can I say about Max Kellerman other than when Max Kellerman first came to HBO, like all commentators who come to HBO, and I'm calling Roy Jones Jr. out too. Yeah, see, a lot of people, they don't want to go on Roy because what Roy gave to the sport. But I'm calling Roy Jones out too. He done sold out too a lot. You know what I'm saying? For whatever, HBO unfortunately dominates boxing as far as the boxing fans watching it. They are the major boxing network. So when ex-fighters go on there, if they don't, agree and get along with the HBO train, you notice they're never there for long periods of time. They're never there for long periods of time. Lennox Lewis was a classic example. George Foreman was a classic example. George Foreman would call it like it is. We'll get into multiple arguments with Larry Merchant. I can remember that when George Foreman was calling fights on HBO, we didn't hear shit from Jim Lampley. Because Jim Lampley, is just like Larry Merchant. The only thing is that Larry Merchant is a little bit, he just, Larry Merchant, he be sipping on that yak a little too much. See, that's Larry Merchant's problem. But Jim Lampley, he's real slick with his shit. He slide comments in, and people don't even pay attention. Like, look what they did to that cat, who fought in the first fight before Broner and Escobedo. When they went to the fight interviews, and they asked him that question, what was his favorite subject in school? And some cat walked behind him and he said lunch. Right? See, if y'all noticed, the setup was from Lampley was that this kid is intelligent. So all you guys hear is, oh yeah, Lampley's giving him credit, he's intelligent. This motherfucker said, after he said lunch, they cut right back to the ring, and this motherfucker said, well, street smarts. We're always street smart. This kid fought intelligent. Now, does this kid have to learn? Yes, he does. He overextends a lot, and I felt he got hit a little bit too much, but he had been out the ring for a year. But, damn. People don't believe in HBO, man. HBO is full of shit, man. It really is. It's getting to that point now where, as a people, we damned if we do and we damned if we don't. Adrian Broner could have came in there at 130, and he still would have got shitted on some way, somehow by HBO. Look at what they did with the promotion of Vicente Escobedo, people. It was already set and planned in motion. They are already getting ready to villainize Adrian Broner. All they talked about was him with this persona. And don't trust that whole bullshit where you get Max Kellerman who he likes you, but he's got... See, Max Kellerman tries to be that guy who's like, when you with your boys, there's always that one cat who don't have an opinion of his own. So what he do is he try to be on everybody's side. You know what I'm saying? That's who Max Kellerman is. Don't believe that whole Max Kellerman, when Max Kellerman be giving them props. And, because Max Kellerman is going to do what he can to get his paycheck from HBO. He already showed that. See, when Max Kellerman first came to HBO, he was telling it like it was. But as they learn, you need to get along to go along with HBO. That's how it works. So, props to Adrian Broner for knocking this dude out. It was a TKO stoppage, but it was a well needed stoppage. Truth be told, they should have stopped the fight the round before that because Vicente Escobedo's face was getting chopped up. I really want to see Adrian Broner now at 135. He no longer has to kill himself to make 130. He looked fantastic. He actually looked stronger, at 140. So we'll see. if he can keep the power as he moves up in weight, you know, the kid's gonna, I mean, who else is gonna sit there in the ring and bang with him? And I'm already hearing dumb shit from people talking about Brandon Rios. Stop it, people. Brandon Rios will get his ass chopped up and put on the stretcher. This kid is not something you want to fuck with. He's very, very accurate in Broner, and he's very, very methodical. All right, and the kid goes for knockouts. He would put Brandon Rios on his ass, and Brandon Rios people know that. So don't expect to see that fight. All right, and why people want to see, you know, Broner versus Gamboa? I mean, not yet, man. Not yet. That fight, you don't fight that yet. As a businessman, you don't put those two in the ring yet. Not yet, man. These two guys are too young, and their talent is too far exceeding the rest that you could, I could see a fight between these two cats a couple of years down the road. Not yet. Use your brains. Well, anyway, I ain't gonna make this too much longer. I'm sorry, I just ran on, but HBO they incite that in a person with logic, man. They just person who don't buy into the hype, that shit can piss you off real quick. Let me know what you guys thought of the fight, or what your thoughts on HBO is in general, man. This is Black Brothers 28. I'm out. Peace and God bless. One.